If no one has any suggestions, I think I'm going to play Torrential Replicate. It's been a while since we've made marching machines. Alright, we'd love to play first. Spell Snare, Dismember. Oh, this seems okay. We'd like to get our Stifle effect. We'll start Misty Rainforest, pass the turn. Opponent starts Wooded Foothills. We draw Search for Iscanta. Fetch up an island. Play Academy Ruins. Play Search. Pass the turn. Opponent cracks Wooded Foothills. Finds an Overgrown Tomb. Plays a Blackcleave Cliffs. Confidant, sure. Mill Breeding Pool, draw, opt. Let's opt. Opt to the bottom. Search number 2 is not what I wanted. Play Misty, and I think we're going to dismember Bob, like right now. I just don't want to be dealing with that. Okay. Wooded Foothills. Cracks it. Forest. Liliana. Opponent upticks. I think we're going to discard Spell Snare. No, we're going to discard Search for Iscanta. What am I saying? We don't need a second one. Opponent discards an Inquisition. We are going to fetch. Get a Breeding Pool tapped. Pass the turn. Search for Iscanta. Going to mill Flooded Strand. Transform. We draw Dismember. Temple Garden Inn tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent gonna make us discard. We'll discard Gearhulk. They play a mountain. And a Bloodbraid, cascading into an Ooze. Snare the Ooze. Dismember Bloodbraid. Untap. We draw. Cryptic Command. Sweet. Pass the turn. Okay, opponent's going to make us discard. So we're going to bounce Lily and draw. Not a lot of other value we could have got out of that. We could have bounced Overgrown Tomb, but I'd rather reset Liliana's loyalty. Opponent discards an Assassin's Trophy. Plays a Bloodbraid, whirls into a Thoughtseize. Does not Thoughtseize. Takes us to 7. We draw a Hinterland Harbor. Play Hinterland Harbor. Pass the turn. So now we have the option of wheeling with Search for Iscanta or putting Gearhulk back on top. And I think we're going to have to wheel with Search for Iscanta. Because they're going to hit us for 6. Well, Cryptic Draw might be better next turn. We're probably dead to Bolt. I think the Gear Hulk play is better. So we take 6 this turn. We Academy Ruins back our Gear Hulk. Pass the turn. It's true, we do. That's why the command came about. Even if it is a little bit cryptic. Tap all creatures my opponent's control. Draw a card. Survey says no lightning bolt. Croxa? Okay, Liliana. Opponent gonna make a sack. Yeah, we don't have anything that's gonna save us this time. So we untap. We draw a growth spiral. Growth spiral. I think we need a cryptic here. We did not find a cryptic. So we opt. Could still get a cryptic. It is not a cryptic. So we'll scoop it up. We were dead, but not to Bolt. Not that time. Okay, versus Jund. Oh, this deck needs to be updated. We need to run Aether Gust. Spell Pierce might be useful. Hitting like Assassin's Trophies and Lilianas and whatnot. Summary Dismissal seems kind of fun too. Kasali Ambusher? Dude, this is like the best anti-burn tech that exists. It's so great. You just Temple Garden. This was in the original list that won whatever tournament it was in too. Love this card. One of the only free cards in Magic. Yeah, we're bringing a Spell Pierce over and Opt-in. I don't feel like sideboarding anything else. Oh, that's true. I mean, Once Upon a Time is a truly free spell if it's the first spell you cast. And it's like at a fairly decent rate for an instant speed dig spell. So it's not that bad if you have to hard cast it. It's just bad Manaless Dredge if you if you don't draw it and don't cast it. Or if you have to cast a Memnite before it or something. Every time you play a 0-drop in that deck, you have to say, is it worth shutting off my 4 Once Upon a Times to play this? Alright, we're going to keep this. Sounds like a you problem. It really is a me problem, isn't it? So we're going to start Island, we're going to opt and hopefully hit a land. We have a ton of interaction in this hand. Sweet. Pass the turn, play a fetch land, don't crack it. Just draw the busted green card. Man, if I could do that. If I had the luck to be drawing crazy shenanigans all the time, I would be playing some very inconsistent but very cool decks. Oh! Oh, we're gonna get him! Alright, shock breeding pool. And repudiate that fetch land. Yeah, that's right. What you gonna do now? Don't Thoughtseize me, bro. Opponent Thoughtseizes us. Takes our opt. We draw a Snapcaster, which is kind of useless right now. Bolts our face. Wow. Land, please. That works too. Sort of. Alright, play a fetch land and crack it. Aw, no fetch land? Well, we drew a land. That's good. We are just a blue source away. I looked away, and what kind of blight are we bringing upon humanity now? Alright, so the combo with this deck is you have a 2-mana Stifle, and then on the back half, you have a 3-mana Clone, like a Cackling Counterpart from the grave. If you Torrential Gearhulk, you can target it because the front half is an instant, but the back half you can cast because you can cast a split card that way. So then you clone Gearhulk, and then you cast another one, and you clone Gearhulk, and it's Gearhulks on parade after stifling your opponent's lands all game. It's really fun, actually. We are going to shock a Temple Garden. We'd like to be able to Snapcaster Stifle a fetch again. Opponent has to discard to hand size. They sideboarded into Manaless Dredge, what do you know? Okay, we get a Misty. Excellent. If they don't play a land this turn, I'm going to recoil that land to their hand. Inquisition takes Snapcaster. We'll get an island. We'll just counter and draw. I don't want to give up Snappy. Not yet. We get a Spell Snare. If they ever get a second land, that'll be useful. We find an opt. Let's opt. Pulse of Murasa. I actually want to keep that. We wouldn't mind buying back a land and gaining back a ton of life. Fetch land. Alright, well let's pulse. Get back Misty. Gain 6 life. Opponent can take Snapcaster or Spell Snare or one of our 3 Dismembers. Hey, Torrential Gearhulk. Now we're gonna start the cloning. Opponent's gonna crack Bloodstained Mire. Sure, sure. Yeah, you can have a land this time, opponent. Overgrown Tomb. It's a powerful land. Scavenging Ooze. Oh man, that's a pretty good creature, but you know what's even better than Scavenging Ooze? Torrential. Replicate. Torrential. Replicate. Oh, we were going to replicate Torrential and then Spell Snare Skoos with the last one for style points and kill our opponent. Oh, man. I love this deck. This is one of my favorite decks of all time. It's one of the best things that Bone Daddy has ever tutored for me. I actually think this deck's worth updating because, like, it's powerful enough to fight it on Jund. Exactly, yeah, let's totally do that. Let's find a day. You and me are both free. We can either stream it or offline it, either one. We'll update this deck and we'll wreak havoc on modern metagame. What could possibly go wrong? Honestly, it probably needs force of negations. Because this deck wasn't a thing when this deck was made. I just realized there's a Clinging Mists in the main board, which we probably don't need versus Jund. I think I'd rather have the cantrip. A lot could go wrong. But what if I stand here and just dismissively wave my arms? What could go wrong? Oh man, okay. I'm gonna mulligan this. This is way better. We're gonna keep. We're gonna put back Pulse of Marasa. It'll get worse. Fair. That's fair. Opponent gonna play and crack that Wooded Foothills right away. Overgrown Tomb tapped. They don't want their lands to get stifled. Well, play a Flooded Strand, pass the turn. Opponent's got a Blood Crypt. They're going to play a Wrenn and 6. Sure. Okay, they plus. Crack Flooded Strand. Get an island. And let's opt. Forest to the bottom. We get another opt. And they pick up their land. And we draw Gear Hulk. Okay, we're going to play an island. We have our choice of Repudiate or Remand. Or if all else fails, we can opt. I'm tempted to stifle this land. It might still be correct, actually. Like, it just delays them a turn, and they could still have a 2-drop. But we do want this card in the grave, so let's do it. No 2-drop. Just tick up Wrenn and 6 pass. Nice. We draw Flooded Grove. Opponent has something on our draw step. No, they're going to surgical the combo, you jerk. Yeah, that's fine. We don't have any more. It just means we have to legitimately find an answer for Wrenn and 6. Play Flooded Grove. Yeah, let's go ahead and get Search for Iscanta out there. If our opponent Assassin's Trophies this, we're actually fine with that, because it would turn on Remand. But we need to start modifying our draws here. Oh, Abrupt Decay is a lot worse. Okay, they crack Verdant Catacombs. For an Overgrown Tomb tapped. Pick up Verdant Catacombs. So we know 2 of the cards in their hand are lands. We'll opt. Cryptic Command, leaving it on top. draw Gear Hulk. Play Flooded Grove. Number 2. Pass the turn. Opponent replays Verdant Catacombs, sure. Stomping Ground tapped. Picks up Verdant. Gonna Inquisition us. Yeah, I'm fine with them just taking Remand. Opponent passes. So we're going to go ahead and recoil this Renin 6 to prevent it from ulting. Don't know why it took me so long to find the mode on Cryptic Command. We get a Glen Elendra Archmage. That could actually be really nice if we draw another land here that comes in untapped. Opponent gonna Surgical Cryptic Command. Sure. Could you imagine if they ulted Renin 6 and could just Surgical any card that landed in our grave? How horrible that would be. It'd be like a long, slow death. Alright, we untap. Land that comes in untapped, please. Dismember is not what I asked for, but I will reluctantly take. Play Glen Elendra. Pass the turn. So our opponent probably going to replay Renin 6, but they need 2 pieces of removal to completely nullify Glen Elendra. Okay, they play Wooded Foothills, crack it. Find a forest. Replay Renin 6. Pick their land back up. Fatal Push Glen Elendra. And pass. We draw Misty. Where were you last turn? Play Misty. Go to combat. Attack Renin 6. Take him to 3. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Raging Ravine. Shoots down our Glen Elendra. Play Bob. Do we kill Bob? Yeah. I think we do. Temple Garden, tapped. Untap, we draw. And opt. Fortunately, not a land. Let's opt. Dismember to the bottom. We find a Logic Knot, which may counter something yet this game. Thoughtseize. Sure. They take Torrential. Please no Surgical number 3. They fire up Raging Ravine. They get in for 4. Plus Ren and 6, picking up nothing. We draw Breeding Pool. Play it untapped. Pass the turn. Bloodbraid. Oh, so they had to pick? Yeah, that probably was better. They wheel into Inquisition. Okay. So we are going to Logic Knot. Bloodbraid. We'll let Inquisition resolve, revealing that we only have Torrential. Hopefully they don't have a Thoughtseize to follow this up. Plus Red and 6. Pass. We draw a Pulse of Murasa. Not bad. Pass the turn. Plus is Ren and 6. Well, we have to Gear Hulk here. And we're going to hit an Opt. Engineered Explosives. We will leave on top. We draw Remand. Go to combat. Attack Renin 6. Renin 6 down. Pass the turn. Okay, opponent fires up Raging Ravine. Goes attacking. Gonna hit us for 5. We are going to pulse back Torrential Gear Hulk. Oops. Okay, take 5, go to 9. Opponent plays a Forest. It has a Tarmogoyf. We can just Engineered Explosives. Actually, we can just Gear Hulk Dismember it. No, we can't do that. I'm gonna remand it. We draw Growth Spiral, play Misty Rainforest, go to combat, hit our opponent for 5, pass the turn, leave up Gear Hulk. So you have Gear Hulk for Remand or Gear Hulk for Pulse. That's true, we have Gear Hulk for Dismember if they try and animate Ravine. Which it looks like that's what they're going to do. So we Gearhulk number 2. This is only bad if they have Maelstrom Pulse, which I guess is a distinct possibility. Kill Raging Ravine. Okay, they play Goyf. And that's game. Well, we've won more games today than we have in quite a while. Thank you, everybody, for turning up. Bob, good to see you. Bone Daddy, thank you so much for contributing to the stream and getting us a playset of Once Upon a Times for our horrible, horrible Manaless Dredge deck. That is greatly appreciated. Always appreciate the Diabolic Tutor. Joest, good to see you. Glad we got a good game of Battle of Wits in Modern. We actually won one, and it was exciting and cool and not just a concession. And, yeah. Thank you, everybody else, for showing up. But now we have them for good decks? Well, yeah, no, it's true. It's good logic. Good logic. All right, well, I'm going to call it quits for now. Thank you, everybody, so much for stopping by. And I hope to see you all next time I stream. Bye.